I honestly, no kidding, told myself that I would go low-key on this build. I mean, well, didn't work, I guess. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tommy, and I am back. I am back with a brand new speed build series. This is the first episode of Jurassic Egypt. On the Arizona map, I wanted to do some park or other on the Arizona map in the desert environment. I haven't done anything in the desert environment since my Jurassic Park San Diego, and I finished Jurassic Park Grand Canyon after they fixed the bug, and it was like I was able to finish it. And I was like, this environment is too cool to not build on again. And I didn't want to do the Egyptian theme because it's just like the first thing that comes to mind. But then I was like slowly getting used to the idea. And here it is. This is the entrance point. I wanted to do something grandiose. I wanted to do something big. I wanted to do this Egyptian Ankh. It's so hard to pronounce this Egyptian word, or it's an English word for this thing that I'm building here with the path, and I'm placing down some palms. As you know me, if you know me, I'm pretty chaotic with what I'm doing. I'm doing one thing, then I do the other thing, then I go back to the first thing. If you don't know me, welcome to the channel, welcome. I am very glad that you're here. My name is Tommy. I do speed build series, I do park tours, park tutorials, and enclosure tutorials, and lots of other stuff. And I really wanted to go big on this one, on this entrance, because I said to myself, if I'm gonna do Egypt, if I'm gonna do something that's like the first thing that comes to mind, and you know, like I'm always trying to get out of the box and do something that's like not conventional, but this map and the desert environment, I really wanted to do it. And I'm collecting Asian cultures. I mean, well, Atlantis was a mythical Asian culture, but it is an Asian culture after all. So I did Atlantis, I'm doing Egypt now, and there will be another one coming that will be inspired by an ancient culture. You can guess in the comments which ancient culture I'm gonna do next, and you can also tell me which ancient culture would you like me to do in the future, if you wish to do so. So I went crazy with all the decorations around the path, and with the trees as well. I was trying to do something extraordinary, or like something out of the ordinary. If again, if I was gonna do Egypt, I said to myself that I'm gonna do it like the right way, and I'm gonna go like all the way in. And at the same time, I didn't want to use that many decoration items, because I know that some of you have laggy computers, and if you want to try to do this at home, or if you want to download the finished file afterwards, your computer crashes, and I'm really sorry about it. But I specifically, well, I bought a new computer before getting the game, and it wasn't just for the game. A big part of it was the game, but I also needed it for work, so now I'm just like using it for everything. And I'm glad that I did it, because now I can like put a ton of decorations, ton of rocks and everything in here. And yeah, I wanted to go a little more low-key, but then this happened. And what can I say? This is me, always trying to go the extra mile with these builds. But this was actually the first time that I was like, it was the first time in a long time that I was just like, you know, building and creating something new, because lately I haven't had that much time. There's been so many things happening in my life. My schedule has been so freaking busy. I'm gonna be moving soon, so I'm just like, I hope that I will not have a break like this again, even though it was like a week and a half or like 2-week break. But I do have to say that I missed this. I did miss talking while, you know, like having this video on speed build, and this is something that I did like out of the blue. It started, the pathwork started resembling a Scarabeus. Scarabeus. What is it with these Egyptian words? It started resembling a bug, and I was like, oh wow, okay, that's Egyptian too. So let's give it legs, and then I did, and this whole thing happened because I was thinking about how do I continue the path, because the path is, you know, the Ankh is so, like, it's a closed thing, and I didn't want it to, you know, like, I didn't want to disturb it with anything, but then I was just like trying the paths, like sticking out of the head of the Ankh. I still can't pronounce it, I'm sorry. And I'm really sorry. I hope I didn't offend anyone from Egypt. If you're from Egypt, hi. I hope you do enjoy this build. If you're from anywhere else, hi. I hope you enjoy this build. And what was I saying? Yeah, the Scarabeus. It just came naturally. I don't know how, I don't know what happened, but I love that it did. And of course, I'm using the torch lights, the pillars, the fiery pillars, and at this point, I said to myself, okay, it's time for you to add some hotels because these guests, they do want to live somewhere, right? So I started creating some guest sections, which I will finish in episode 2, because in this episode I initially just wanted to do the entrance and the guest sections, but then I was like, I cannot do a video, I cannot do a speed build and not add any dinosaur whatsoever. So that's why I, after like 2 hours of building this entrance and building, you know, like this whole thing, I came back to the game and I was like, okay, it was before midnight, and I said to myself that I would go back and finish it and put the Nigersaurus in there, like put a little river in there. And then I remembered that you can actually use the Jurassic Tour as transport, and it all kind of clicked, because like out of here, like I didn't know how to continue the path. And I put the tour over there, you'll see. I put the tour like right next to this square, and it just like came naturally. What's gonna happen next? I don't know. All of this was, I mean, the Ankh was planned, the hotels over there to the side were planned. Some scenery like next to the path was also planned, but for example, the Scarabeus was like a complete improvisation. It was just like it just came to me as an idea, and I did it, and just like that, also the river where the Nigersaurus are gonna be, it just came to me like automatically. I was like, okay, let's put a river over here. Let's put some mountains over there. Let's like break the space a little bit, and I'm using textures over here because textures are important, especially the rock textures and in the water, because you want to have a different texture in the water. And when I was editing this video, I found out that I forgot to put the rock texture in the Nigersaurus river. So I'm gonna have to come back to it. Another thing that I wanted to continue in this speed build series is something that I started in Jurassic Park Atlantis, and then I didn't continue throughout the Biosyn Recreation Reserve, because that was something different. That was something extra. I wanted to actually do this speed build before the whole Biosyn thing happened, but then, you know, like the DLC came out, and I was like, okay, it would be a missed opportunity not to do anything on that map. So that's why this thing had to wait a little bit. And another reason was that I had the Egyptian theme. I was like, okay, but that I didn't know like specifically what to do. Also, when I started building this, I didn't know that I would put the Nigersaurus and a river like right next to it, like the first enclosure that the people would see, and it just somehow came to me. But the thing that I wanted to say, the thing that I wanted to do was that I started teaching you Slovak in my Atlantis build, and I would love to continue doing that now. So today, the word in Slovak that we are about to learn is the word for shop. And the word for shop in Slovak, since we do have shops in here in this build and in every single build, the word for shop in Slovak is obchod. I repeat again, obchod. So if you ever go to Slovakia and you want to go to obchod, you'll know how to ask for it at the street. I guess you have Google Maps on your phone, so you can find it easily. You don't have to ask. But if you want to be a very brave person and ask out on the street, be my guest. And I was trying to line a little bit of the tour truck with rocks, and then I decided that I didn't want to have fences, not even the invisible fences, because they would just like they would destroy the scenery and the whole scene. So I did the barrier out of the rocks, and yeah, that was the moment that I realized that I wanted to go low key with this, and then I didn't, because I put so many freaking rocks in this build yet again. And I mean, it looks cool, it looks much better than a fence, but it was a lot of work, especially around this tour, and I was just like praying to the almighty T-Rex that I wouldn't get a notification about danger to guests, that I didn't leave a dent somewhere between two rocks, because going back and trying to figure out like which rock it was, it actually happened to me last time that I was building the other ancient civilization park, and I put some Draco Rex there, and I had a dent between two planters, and I was trying to figure out like where, but it was like a huge enclosure around the hotel, spoiler alert. And I figured it out in the end, but when the notification came, I was like, oh, you gotta be freaking kidding me, come on. So putting down some vegetation over here, I'll be putting some shrubs, and the next time I'll also be putting some more texture to this enclosure, because yeah, the enclosure deserves some texture. All enclosures deserve some texture. I treat all my enclosures equally. Yeah, I think that we are slowly heading towards the capture mode part of the video. So this is the entrance, and the Egyptian Ankh. Okay, that it's a regular word, Tommy. You don't have to be afraid of it. And the entrance path, which you'll see in just a second over here. It was fun. It was fun building this, and I do have to say that I was putting it off for so long. I was, like, I couldn't get to it, and once I did get to it, it was like, okay, let's go haywire. Let's do something crazy. This is the Scarabeus and the hotel section, which we will be decorating next time. That's why I will not be showing you much of it right now in this very moment. And this is the enclosure with the Nigersaurus. They are very cute, they are very nice, and I put the tour right next to it, and I will be using the tour as a means of transport. I will be creating another square at the other end of the tour. That's why we have two what is it, the tour thingies, tour houses, whatever it is, I don't know. This is the Nigersaurus. And I think we are slowly heading towards the end of this video, so I will start saying my goodbyes. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. My name is Tommy. If you like this video, please give me a like, comment, or share. And if you think that you will like my upcoming content, please do consider subscribing because I have much more coming. Thank you, have the greatest of the days, and till the next time, bye bye.